How electrical issues, whether it be a faulty battery, alternator, or starter, these are all items that you need to have checked for any warning signs of danger. You also don't want to ignore your check engine light if it's on as well. It's possible that your mechanic can help you figure out if it is serious or not, but ask them what it could be before making an appointment. Depending on the type of car you have, they may not be able to do a full diagnosis without putting the car on a lift and looking at everything for themselves. If your check engine light comes on and you don't have a mechanic to take a look at it, you should be able to pay a local gas station or car parts store to do the full diagnosis for you. If they find out that there is indeed something wrong with your car, then make an appointment as soon as possible. You don't want your battery dying on you when you're on your way to work. If it is something serious, such as an alternator replacement, the store will let you know where they can order one and how much that will cost you for them to put it in. 10 signs a car needs to see a mechanic. If you notice any of the following symptoms, you should bring your car to a mechanic as soon as possible. 1. Your check engine light is on. 2. The battery dies quickly. 3. It takes a long time for the car to start. 4. Your check engine light blinks on and off or comes on, then goes back off without your car being turned on. 5. You notice a burnt smell coming from the engine area. 6. Your car isn't shifting or changing gears properly. 7. You hear grinding or squealing when you turn the wheel. 8. The brake pedal feels soft, spongy, or goes to the floor if you press it all the way down. 9. The steering wheel is hard to turn. 10. Your wheels are hitting the curb while you're turning. If any of these issues seem familiar to you, then it's probably a good idea to bring your car to a mechanic for some professional help. They will likely have to change out the alternator or starter if it turns out that there is something wrong with either of those. What does it mean when my check engine light comes on? Your check engine light is on when the computer in your vehicle determines that your vehicle needs service. This could be due to many different reasons, but it's usually due to a problem with the emission system. The computer monitors the emission system and activates the check engine light. If any of these systems are out of whack, most mechanics will clear the light for you, but it's up to you if you want them to do that. Sometimes this means that your car just needs a tune-up or gas cap replacement. If it comes on, don't ignore it. Make an appointment with a mechanic ASAP. The check engine light is your car's way of letting you know that there is a problem with one of your vehicle's systems. If the light comes on, contact your mechanic as soon as possible for more information. The mechanic will then diagnose the problem and let you know what needs to be done to fix it. Some of the most common causes of a check engine light are a misfire, low gas level, faulty oxygen sensor, leaky intake gasket, or a leaky fuel injector. If you are driving along and your car suddenly begins to sputter, don't ignore it. If there is a problem with the electrical system in your vehicle, this could be a sign that you need a new battery. A weak or dead battery will prevent your vehicle from starting up at all. If you think that your battery might be faulty, have it tested right away. If you are unsure if your battery is broken or not, call your mechanic. They will use special equipment to test the voltage of your battery and tell you whether or not it can be salvaged. What is a faulty battery, alternator, and starter? A battery is a storage device for electrical power so that the car's computer can do its job. The alternator is responsible for charging your battery and activates when your engine starts running. A starter is what you use to start the engine of your car. It has an important role to play in making sure that you have a reliable vehicle. If any of these parts are broken, you could need a new one. If you find an unexplained drain on your battery, it might be a sign that the alternator is faulty and won't be able to supply enough power for everything in your car. If your headlights are dimming at idle or while driving, this could signal a faulty starter. A high-pitched whine while starting up could indicate an issue with the belt tensioner, while grinding sounds when accelerating could mean broken engine gearing teeth. Major issues like these need to be addressed immediately because it will lead to expensive repairs down the line if left unaddressed right away. Cars with electrical problems are hard to sell. Cars with electrical problems are hard to sell. Almost every car needs a battery, alternator, and starter for it to run smoothly. When any one of these goes bad, it can make it hard for a buyer to get into the car. There is no way that you can tell if there are any problems by just looking at the car from the outside. A buyer could look at many cars before finding one that has everything working properly. In order to sell your car, you're going to have got the problem fixed first. After that, the battery needs to be tested before you can sell it. This article is about cars with electrical problems that are hard to sell. Cars with faulty batteries, starters, or alternators can turn your car into junk. If you have these issues, you should change the battery if it's looking old or replace the alternator if it's not charging correctly. You might also need to have your starter replaced because it could be making clicking sounds. The check engine light can mean that something is wrong with your engine, so you want to take it to a mechanic. The mechanic will take a look at the problem and tell you what they think needs to be fixed. They may fix it right then or tell you what type of appointment you need before they start fixing things. Depending on the type of car you have, they may need to lift the car up so they can see everything underneath. Before you go to a mechanic, you want to check all of your lights because that's another sign that there is something wrong with your electrical system. Cash for junk cars near you. Letting go of your car is not an easy thing to do, especially if you've grown attached to it through the adventures you've had for many years. However, if your safety is on the line, it's time to give your vehicle a break. It's time to accept that you already have a junk car in your possession. Look no further because AGA Junk Car Buying is here to help you. If you have a car that you are ready to sell, we can give you an offer instantly. Get in touch with us today. 312-401-2157